Hi. So I am coming back from a run and I was doing quite a bit of thinking that I wanted to share with you because I recently released a podcast episode about how healing your attachment style really starts with you. And I was just really thinking about one of the important things to take into account that took me a while to really figure out, and that is figuring out how to meet your own needs. And by that, I mean really knowing how to fill your own cup. Because if you don't know how to fill your own cup, how do you expect someone else to pour into you as well? How do you expect to have that relationship and connection with another person if you don't know how to have that connection and relationship with yourself and meeting your own needs? One of the simple ways that I have come to think about meeting your own needs is really learning how to pause and check in with yourself on what are you needing at any particular moment. And for me this morning, for instance, I was feeling particularly overstimulated and I had a lot of thoughts going on. And I like getting movement into my day because it takes care of not just my body, but also my mental health. And as I was planning to go out for a run, one of the things that I did is that I paused. I checked in with myself. I noticed that I was already feeling particularly overstimulated. And we already live in a fast-paced society in thinking about what to do next. And we're usually in close proximity to our phones, which has a lot of stimulation attached to it as well, with apps, notifications, that type of thing. And what I noticed was that I just needed a little bit more peace and to kind of quiet things down. So, after checking in with myself about that, I made the decision to actually go out for a run without my phone. It's broad daylight. I feel particularly safe. I couldn't imagine having an emergency situation where someone wasn't in close proximity that I would be able to use someone else's phone because I was running in a pretty public space. So, just that simple decision of going out for a run without my phone actually allowed me to regulate and come back to myself and feel more grounded and really just focus on my breathing and the surroundings around me. And it's those types of things that I think it's important to take into account about what is it that you're needing in any particular moment and how is it that you can meet your own needs, because filling your own cup, it doesn't have to be these big things that you're doing, but it's actually checking in those little moments of how are you taking yourself into account. And just to think about another example that comes to mind is in the past when I have felt particularly irritated, maybe around midday, and I feel like I can't focus, I actually pause and I check in with myself. Have I drank water? Have I given myself some nutritious meals that are going to actually provide me with the energy to carry throughout the day? Have I gotten some sunlight? Have I stepped outside and gotten some fresh air? Have I essentially in the past few hours been taking care of myself? And most oftentimes than not, I could recognize it was just like, oh, I actually haven't eaten in a while. I'm probably running low on energy and I just need to fuel myself. And that'll get me into a better state of mind, but only because I took the time to just pause and check in with what was coming up for me and what were some of the things that I was needing. So if you really want to focus on how can you create a better relationship with yourself, I would encourage you to just take more pauses throughout the day. Notice how you're feeling and check in. What is it that you're needing in that particular moment? And the whole idea is to just bring more awareness into the types of things that you need on a more regular basis so you can again fill your own cup and over time allow for that to actually become a practice. So if you are in a meeting at work, for instance, if a coworker brings something up to you and it makes you feel a certain way, you can actually tap into that same practice of pausing and checking in. What is it that you're needing in the moment? Are you needing to have some type of direct communication with your coworker? Are you needing for clarification on an assignment? If you're talking with a family member and they ask something of you and you have this sense of discomfort in your body, actually taking the time there to just pause, notice, and check in. What is it that you're needing in the moment? Are you needing to communicate something with that family member? Are you needing to set a boundary? Do you need to pause if you guys are having a heated argument, for instance? What is it that you need in that particular situation to help bring you some type of relief? So I'll leave you with those post-run thoughts and would encourage you again to just pause and notice more throughout the day what is coming up for you and what is it that you're needing in that particular moment. Okay, that's it. Bye.